Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression, mainly on the Dream Satin liquid that's new from Maybelline that just dropped. Like as in it just got released here in Australia. Also, I'm going to be trying out the loose powder, the Fit Me Loose powder. This also just landed in Australia after fucking 100 years. And I'm also going to be doing a, well, I don't know, it's not really a first impression, I guess. I don't know, it's just a primer, but it's the Maybelline Face Studio Prime Pore Minimizing Primer. So let's get started. But before we get started, click that subscribe button. It's for free, and it helps me out, helps you out, because I will put out a lot of educational videos. So it's a win-win, really, isn't it? First things first, I have to get this shit off. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing, because I'm mainly going to be basing this first impression on the foundation, I'm actually going to prime half my face and not prime the other half. So I'm going to prime my face with this one here, the Pore Minimizing. This is by Maybelline. It says Pore Minimizing Primer. It's got a number 10 on it with blurring powders. Okay. Visibly reduces appearance of pores for smooth looking, even skin. Application, use alone or under makeup. Great! So it comes in like this, you know, little black and like an off-white packaging. Oh, look at the squeezy tube. So here is a texture. It looks like exactly like Professional by Benefit. So, do we have a dupe on our hands? Maybe. I think it was like, oh shit, I can't remember how much it was. Maybe like $18 or something, 17, 16 or something like that. I got it on like a 3 for 2. So I'm just going to use my finger to apply that to this side of the face. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Professional by Benefit. It feels the same. Everything. My lips are a bit swollen today because I got my lips done yesterday. So I'm just putting these in the problem areas. I don't know if you guys can see a difference. Is that even? So that's a side with, and that's without. I don't know if you can really see that. I'm going to be trying out the Dream Satin Liquid Foundation plus Hydrating Serum. So it's like this. On the back it says, now flawless satin skin gets a boost of hydration. Our air whipped liquid foundation is enhanced with hydrating serum for 12 hours of continuous moisture. Doesn't clog pores, dermatological, test it, safe for sensitive skin. Great. Now, I had issues with trying to match myself. I feel like a lot of foundations that you find in like Priceline or the drugstore are quite pink. So I had to try and get the most yellowest one, which is this one, which is 44 Natural Beige. I think it might be a bit too dark for me, but we'll have a see. Can you guys see that? So that's the texture right there. I don't know, I'm going to apply this with a sponge because that's how I usually like to apply my foundations. So it seems really airy. How does that look? Oh, might actually be my colour. So I'm just bouncing it on. It seems to apply fine on the prime side. Definitely evened out my skin tone. It's very thin, like you can't feel it on your skin whatsoever. Okay, so that's after one application. It's very thin. It hasn't sunken into the pores, but then again I did put that primer down. Alright, let me do another pump so I can do the other side. think the pump was about that big, right? Pretty sure it was. So I'm gonna apply that. You literally cannot feel this foundation. It is so light. Like, it feels like I'm not putting anything on at all. Just gonna bring it down my neck slightly. Just a little bit. Okay, so that's one full layer all over my face. It's definitely evened out my skin tone a lot. And it's got like a nice dewy finish. I don't know if you can see it more on this side. I think because I've got the blinds open on this side as well, which means there's like extra lighting hitting my face on this side. Nice. I like the finish. Definitely like the finish. I want to do one more layer. I'm going to do one more layer. See how it builds up. See if we can build up the coverage. Doesn't say anything about what it is. I wouldn't call this full coverage. Heel to the null. It's definitely like light to medium, I'd say. But you know what? You don't ever know unless you try. Maybe it will get to full coverage. Maybe this second layer will get it to be like a full coverage beat. And it's applying really well with the sponge. I should have done the other side with the brush. Well, too late now. I just use a sponge because I just find it so much easier. Because I usually like to blend out my concealer with the sponge. So I figure, well, if I'm going to be wetting my sponge for my concealer, I might as well just wet it and just use it for my whole face. So that's how I usually apply my foundation. Doesn't feel heavy at all. Like, you know how sometimes you can feel foundation on your face? This is, you don't feel anything here. Okay, so this is what I've noticed, right? This side with the primer is slightly more, excuse me, slightly more matter, right? So there's that. This side without the primer is a lot more dewy, which is great. I also feel like it's not sitting well over that primer. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, there's like these little texture bits here, whereas here I feel like it's so smooth. So that's something to note too. Then again, that's just probably the primer, but we'll see how it goes throughout the day. Okay, I'm going to apply my concealer. I'm going to apply a concealer that I use all the time and that I know works for me. So that will be the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I'm just going to use shade Vanilla, which is quite light, but that's okay. I'm just going to put it here, just a little bit underneath my eyes. I'm not going to go on my lids because I'm not going to apply some eye makeup just yet. Got a little errand to run and then I shall when I come back. But anyway, I'm going to blend that out with my sponge. And let's see how it blends on top of this foundation. I'm just going to use a Real Techniques Dome Shadow Brush just to blend this inner corner. Because I don't want to take it to my lid. Okay, let's have a look. Blended out fine. I still think that primer mattified this side heaps than this side because there's not that much of a glow on this side, but on this side it's like, it's a glow, you know? So that's really interesting. So primers do like play a part in it, I guess. So I'm gonna try the I'm losing my voice. I'm gonna try the Fit Me loose powder now. I'm actually really excited for this because we've been seeing so many people raving about this, saying how good it is, you know. But the only thing is, in America it's like $6 or something like that. Here in Australia it's $20. So I don't know why the fucking ridiculous up price, but whatever, I paid it anyway because I wanted to try it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I got the shade Fair Light. They didn't have any testers or anything so I could see how light it goes. but I just kind of like winged it, you know. Alright, ready for the pawn? Ready? Oh, wait, let me get my finger in there. Wait, hold up. No, Ready? Ready? Haha! Alright, so it comes like in this little jar with the little sieve thing in it. So I'm going to put the lid back on so I can sift some out. And then open it. Would you say that's quite pink? I think that's, I don't know. We'll have a wing. I'm just going to take whatever's on the lid, put it on my sponge. Oh no, I wanted to cream contour first. That's okay. So I'm just going to apply this. Ooh. Ooh, it's very light in texture. Like very finely milled, I guess you could say. Wow. I'm just going to put this on my under eye area because I don't want to put it anywhere else. I usually don't set my foundation most of the time, so I won't be setting this. I might just sit around my smile lines only. Wow, it's so light. Okay, I'm gonna try and you know what? We'll just cream bronze then. I'm just gonna use my multi-use sculpting concealer in Maple. While we're here, we can see how this blends out too. Just gonna put it there, just 2 little dots, and one here. And here, and here, and then I'll take whatever's left over on the sponge and put it on my forehead. This one's quite warm for me, but it's okay. We can use it to like bronze. I have to be really careful here because I think I've taken the powder too low. You know what? That wasn't a really smart idea on my behalf. Oh my god! It looks like I've got a poo nose. It's alright. We're not going to stress. We are not going to stress, ladies and gents. I'm just going to do a bit of this. Great. Now we'll come together soon. Okay. I'm going to wipe off this bake. Whoa! Nearly fell off my fucking chair. Okay. I think I like that. That's how my under eyes are looking. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not bad. I might actually use whatever's left over on the sponge just to clean up under here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, like my bronzer and my eyebrows and stuff, and then I will come back and let you guys know how it went, because it's a new foundation and you don't know how things are going to be. And then we'll do some check-ins as well. Be right back. Okay, so I've just put on the rest of my face right now. As I said, I'm not going to do some eyeshadow just yet. I'm going to wait till I come back from my errands that I need to run, then I will. Also, thank God, because I can talk normal now, because I hate when there's someone else in the background, like my sisters upstairs or in their rooms or whatever. It makes me so fucking nervous. But anyway, who cares? Now I can just, talk like normal. Like, we're all so close and we all know what I try and do and stuff like that, but still. Awkward. Anyway, I've got some boogers up my nose. Everything's sitting well so far. I don't see anything of concern at the moment. There's a little bit of creasing on my forehead, but I mean that's because of all the facial bloody expressions I do. But it's not that bad. There's a little bit of cracking already on my smile lines. But they're the areas where it's natural. Like, it is so hard not to crease in those areas because you're constantly using your face. Like, you're gonna smile, you smile. Everything's gonna move anyway and crack. So, or if you do this or this, everything's gonna crack anyway. So yes, it's annoying, but I'm not that fussed about it. This I can fix. I'm gonna get Botox soon, so debs. But my smile lines, like, whatever, who gives a shit. It's looking really good so far. The under eyes are really matte, really set down quite nicely, which is good. Again, there's not a concealer that doesn't crease. If it's creaseless, it's a lie, because we all have freaking fine lines down there, and that's what's just gonna happen. It's gonna crease. Also, the mascara I'm using, I saw Shan XO talking about this, the Scandalized Wow Wings. Dude, look at my eyelashes. It picked up lashes that I didn't even know I had. So, it's a win-win for me. Maybe that's just me being nitpicky, but I feel like the primer has worked on this side in regards to the pores. I feel like it's less visible on this side than it is on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna do some check-ins, and I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day as well. So I'll be back a bit later on. Okay, bye. Okay, hey guys, so I'm back for my first check-in. I forgot to mention the time before. It was 12 o'clock, so it's now 2:20. So it's been on for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Put my hair up, changed my top because I wasn't feeling, you know, all that comfortable. So let's see how the foundation's going. It's really nice. It's actually really nice. Hasn't sunk into any more pores. This side though, is the pores are visibly, what the hell is that word? Not visible? Like, they're not as visible, noticeable, that's what I was meant to say, sorry. So on this side where we put the primer on, they're not as noticeable, but on this side I feel like they are slightly more noticeable. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's the only thing. It hasn't caked up or anything like that. It hasn't, you know, cracked any more on my smile lines. Nor on my forehead. I don't know if you guys can see that. So far really nice. It hasn't wiped off. I just ate too, so it hasn't wiped off. My lipstick's kind of like rubbed off, but that's okay. So far so good. So I'm going to be doing some lip swatches for something that I'm working on. I'm going to continue going about my day-to-day, and I will come back for another check-in. Okay, so I'm back for a second check-in. It's now about 6:30, so it's been on for another 3 hours or so. I applied some eyeshadows and some lashes, and I just touched up my highlighter just for some photos, so nothing special. Didn't touch my foundation. It's come off a little bit on my nose. I don't know if you guys can see. It's not that bad. Like, sometimes foundations can rub off really bad on my nose, because I tend to play a lot with my, I don't know why I do that all the time, and I get sniffles plus hay fever because, you know, it's spring all the way over here in Australia. It's not that noticeable unless you're like right here. My smile lines aren't any worse, neither are my forehead lines. Some of it's wiped off from my lips, but that's my fault because I was doing a lip swatch before. In regards to pores, they're a bit even now. I think the primer's starting to wear off a little bit on this side. I don't know if you guys can see. I feel like they're a bit more visible. Same on this side. It's looking pretty good. Doesn't feel sticky. I don't feel like there's a lot of transfer. Hasn't really caked up around my nose. The powder under my eyes is really good. But I think the mascara's starting to crumble slightly, because I'm seeing a lot of black stuff on my eyes, and the only black stuff I have on my eyes is the mascara. But I've only just noticed that, really, so it's not that bad. Yeah, I think it's going really well. I might do one other check-in a bit later on, maybe around about 8 o'clock, so another couple of hours or so, just so I can, you know, scrub all this off my face so I can get ready for work, because, you know, gotta have my shower and all. So yeah, I'll come back for, I think, one more, and then I can give you guys my final thoughts. Alright, hi guys, so this is my final check-in. It's now about 8 o'clock. Okay, so let's see how the foundation's going. That's not the right mirror that I want. Wow. It's actually really good. It stayed on really, really well. My pores are now, I feel like they're even. I don't know if you guys can see that. So maybe the primer helped a little bit, but not for long, I don't find. So there's that. The cracking on my smile lines aren't any worse, neither on my forehead. Yeah, stayed on really, really well. I forgot to mention that I have kind of like normal to dry skin, depending on whether I drink enough water or not. So I feel like this works really well for normal to dry skin because it's obviously hydrating. If you're someone with oily skin, maybe try setting it if you want to try this out. It might just end up coming off or not suiting your skin type, but I mean, everyone's different. So I definitely think you should give it a whirl. I forgot to also mention that it's an SPF of 13, so that's always good. In regards to the powder that I used underneath my eyes, my eyes look flawless. Like underneath my eyes, they look, to me they look flawless. So I think this is a really good powder. I can see the hype as well. The only shitty thing is if you're in Australia, it's retailing at $20 and not the $6 or the $8 that it is in America. So can we get that looked at? Seriously, because that is just fucking ridiculous. I don't think that's fair at all. Even with the conversion, it does not equal to $20, thank you. So that really pisses me off. But I mean, Priceline and stuff like that always have sales, so I guess we can get it for cheaper than $20, but honestly, I don't think that's really fair. I believe the foundation also costs around about $20. I can't remember from the top of my head, and I'm pretty sure the primer was like $17 or something. But I ended up getting, I think, the primer for free because it was a 3 for 2 sale happening. Also, in regards to the mascara, I haven't had any more crumbling. It might have just been like from my lashes or something. I don't, like my false lashes, I don't know. But for an everyday mascara, this is great. Like the amount of volume it gives your lashes and the fact that it gets every single one is brilliant. So I think I like this for every day. Also, back to the foundation. Sorry, I know I'm jumping back and forth. Back to the foundation. Even though it's light to medium, it's probably really good for every day, and you can also build it up to get it to be a bit more full coverage. You're not going to get extreme coverage. I feel like the Cover FX Drop or the Hourglass, or like the stick foundations, give you really, really full coverage. So to me, that's what full coverage is. This isn't full coverage, but you can work it up to be, you know, a really high coverage. And it's actually really, really beautiful. So I love this. This is a yes, and this is also a yes, but can we just look at the price, please? Because that's, as I said, fucking bullshit that we have to pay $20 and everyone else pays $6 to $8. You can't tell me with the conversion that it's going to be $20. No, sorry, excuse me, fuck you. But it's really good. Excuse the swearing, I'm so sorry. The mascara Rimmel is, to me, in Australia, really, really affordable. Priceline always have really good sales on as well, and even without the sales, they're actually quite affordable too. So I would totally tell you guys to go check this out, and I totally recommend it. So yeah, so I think today was about like 8 hours of wear. As I said, the foundation's done really, really well. Under my eyes look great, fantastic. The mascara is like popping. Let me get this off so you can see. Ow! Thank you. Well, I don't think that helps really because I had put powder on before I put the lashes on, but you can see even from my bottom lashes, like it makes them so thick and volumized and everything like that. So yeah, I totally love, I recommend. This has been a surprise because I actually thought it wasn't going to be my colour. It turned out to be my colour, so that's good. So that's good. I do recommend that you guys check it out. And yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, please. It's free. It's free. You don't have to do like any sign-ups or anything. Don't send your emails. You know those emails, the spam emails? No, none of that. None of that. It's totally for free, and you just, when you get onto YouTube, you just see me in your subscription feed thingy. It's brilliant. Alright, anyway, I'm out. I'm going to take this makeup off. I'm going to take this side off. Ew! And, yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying? My English is no good. I'm going to take it off and hurry up and get into the shower and get ready for work tomorrow. Okay, great, thank you. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye!